Real hot girl shit. Yeah, I'm in my bag, but I'm in his too. And that's why every time you see me, I got some new shoes.
Look, bitch, I'm a star.
1, 2, 3. What's good, Ariel? Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Ari, of course. So, I have been wanting to tell this story time for so mad freaking long. Before we get started to this video, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Push the notification bell button and follow all my socials. Everything gonna be in the description box for y'all to see. But in today's video, I'm gonna be telling y'all about my dramatic experience with my neighbors. I used to live in Jax, so my neighbors were crazy. Like, I lived in a good neighborhood too. I lived in Oakleaf, and it was like Old Middleburg, Oakleaf. It was a good neighborhood, but my neighbors were horrible. The worst, horrible. I had one lady that was always real good, but the rest was trash. Not gonna cat with you. All my other neighbors were horrible. So I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. This is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard in my life. Every single time I tell this story, everybody's like, what? Because what? Like, nothing makes any sense. Like, oh my god, it just don't make no sense. We gotta get back into it. If you don't know, I'm Ari, and if you haven't already, subscribe because we're almost at 300 subs. And I'm sorry, I have not been consistent because of so where we lived on this street, we lived on the second house on the left hand side of my neighborhood. So we was in the back too. So it was like I already knew a lot of people, and I went to the neighborhood school. That's just that. I had my best friend down the street, my other best friend up the street. Like, we was like the neighborhood block, okay? We was on the neighborhood. We was always on the block. Everybody knew what we was, you know what I'm saying? And everybody, they knew this neighborhood because this neighborhood was pretty known because that's the neighborhood that everybody went to school. That's where they lived, right? So we're on like, this is like, we're the second house on the street. Now you have to remember this. We're in the second house on the street, which means we have people surrounding us the whole time, and it's a 2-story house. We have a fence, yes, but there's people surrounding us the whole time. So the lady that lived behind us, right, she had a daughter. She went into the school. She went to my school also. So it's like, you know, like a regular, okay, so my backyard, it was big, but it was like a regular wooden fence. So you know how you could still see through to like the other side? That's how it was. I hope this don't sound, I hope what I'm saying is making sense. So the neighborhood, our fence, you could see through, like, to the lady. Like, if the lady was outside or if somebody was outside, you could see the person because it was just like a regular picket wood fence. It wasn't like the rich people fence where you, like, it's totally blocked off. It wasn't like that, right? So this is what happened. We have to mind you that too. So every single time I woke up in the morning, I could see the neighbors. Like, I could see them. If the window was open, I could look at my back window and I could see them. They could see inside. If me and my mom are eating dinner at the dinner table and they take a look out their sliding glass door, they can see us. Like, when I tell y'all, it was very, like, we put curtains up everywhere because it's just weird. Like, who wants to be watched while they eating dinner? Like, that's just mad weird. But so that's just how it was though. And I guess if you have like somebody that lives behind you, you can also like, you would also know. But it just depends, okay? It just depends on the circumstances. But yeah, so that's how we was living. So okay, this story, oh my god, I have so much more to explain to y'all before it gets crazy. So it was like early, like a Tuesday morning, like a random day, like a Tuesday morning, and me and the girl that lived behind us, she would would walk to the sidewalk of the block of my street and wait for me. And she was a little white girl, and she would wait right there. And she knows Ariel leaves the house at 7:30. The bus leaves at 7:40. So we'd have, 10 minutes to walk down the street and get to the bus stop before the bus left. So we did this. This was a normal thing. Mind you, at the time we were young. This was about 3rd grade. This was about maybe 3rd grade. We walked to school, but it was normal for all the kids to walk to school, and our neighborhood was safe at the time. So it was normal for all the kids to walk to school, and that school's only down the street, and to ride the bus to the school. So anyway, when we get up in the morning, I walk to the bus and with the girl, right? So this is where the drama kicks in. We have 3 dogs, or we had 3 dogs. We had small dogs too, and they were Maltese. We had a situation where our dogs were small, so they would pretty much like attack the other dogs. But you gotta think about it though, my dog's only 5 pounds. Attack, they can't do nothing. Like, what? This neighbor was ridiculous. This neighbor called the cops on us multiple times. When I say no, not 1 time, not 2 times, this neighbor called the cops on us every single time something happened. 4th of July came around. We did the fireworks 12 hours early. 12 hours. The night. So the night before 4th of July, we had blew off 1 or 2 fireworks. Mind you, the whole neighborhood is blowing off fireworks. But of course, she's going to be the one to call the cops and say, they're disrupting, I can't sleep, they blowing off this many fireworks and this and this and this. Call the cops. Cops showed up at the house saying, hey, just chill out. We chilled out. Every single time that they came, the cops, they told us who called. They told us every time, it's the lady behind you, her name. Yeah, she called. Every time, okay? Not 1 time, multiple times, okay? She called the cops multiple times. At this point, we didn't like her, because what are you calling the cops for? If you gotta call the cops on us, you gotta call the cops on everybody. Maybe she was racist. Maybe she didn't like me because I didn't like her daughter. Maybe she felt like we were doing too much. I don't care how she felt though. She shouldn't have did that. She should have just came around to the dang house or went to the backyard. Hey, can y'all chill out? I'm trying to sleep. I gotta work or something. Like, there's so many other options than calling the cops, okay? So that's one situation, okay? Then, as I said, we have 3 dogs. She has big dogs, like 100-pound dogs. If my dog were to go to her side of the fence, my dog is dead at this point. My dog is 5 pounds. Our dogs are Maltese and they're puppies. They're very freaking small. Her dogs are huge. So our dogs, yes, they yap a lot, right? Okay, so the first incident we had with the dogs, it was, my dad was outside. I think he was mowing the lawn or something, and he had put the dogs out. And the dogs, the fence, it's a big yard, so the dogs can be on one side of the gate, and then he mows that side, he moves them, mows the other side, put them on the other side, you get it? So that's what he was doing. So the lady, because the dogs were barking, the lady came outside and said, get your dogs inside. Now, my dad is very calm. He is the total opposite of me and my mom. Total opposite. He's not loud. He's very calm. He's a very, very calm person, okay? Very calm. Like, the calmest person I could ever see in a situation where if a lady was to say something real rude to me, I would have definitely said something back no matter how old she was. I do not care. But he's very calm. He said, okay. The dog, I'll calm him down. The dogs barked like 2 more times. She comes outside trying to speak Spanish to my dad, because my dad is Portuguese. He understands Spanish. He calls his friends speak Spanish. So I guess she knew that he spoke Spanish, so she was trying to be like ignorant and say stuff in Spanish, which she wasn't even saying correctly, but she was trying to say stupid stuff in Spanish to my dad. So my dad was like, you know what, it's all right, I'll mow the lawn another day when I go to work, because we knew like their schedule, because it's obvious they're behind us. So my mom was like, or my dad was like, it's all right, I'll put them inside. That was that. First time. Now what she said in Spanish, I don't even know what she said because I wasn't there, but my dad told me she was trying to be ignorant in Spanish and try to talk to me in Spanish like I didn't understand the first time. And it's like, you know, it's like this, you know, when people are being ignorant when you're doing something or you're talking or you're walking past somebody and somebody says something to you, but they try to slow it down for you to understand. So we heard you the first time, okay? Like, that's how she was trying to do him. So she told me, I was already like, let me catch this. Let me catch her when I catch her. Let me catch her when I catch her, okay? Because I'll say something back. I don't care. That's what they don't understand. I don't care. I can get real reckless out the mouth. I learned it from my mama. I can get real reckless out the mouth. But I don't do that. You have to really push me or try to be ignorant like that for me to do that. So as y'all know, this went on for, well, not as y'all know, like y'all was there, but I'm gonna tell y'all. So this went on for a while. Like when I put the dogs outside, she want to put her dogs outside so that there will be barking and she could say something stupid and ignorant to me, like, shut up, put your dogs inside, this and this and this, this and this and this. But a lot of the times she would be inside screaming, so even if I said something back, she couldn't hear me. She would scream through the glass door, okay? So she couldn't hear me even if I said something back. She just wanted to be ignorant and say that she said something. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Mind you, her whole family was definitely freaking embarrassed of her. Boo, I would have been embarrassed of her too. Like, girl, what? Okay, so the last time this happened, I knew, oh yeah, I'm saying something like, I'm tired of, I'm fed up. So we really got into it this time. Like, really got into it. So I was outside taking my IG pictures, chilling, had the dogs outside. The dogs didn't bark at all. They was being real quiet, being real cool. Everything was real calm. It was sunset. You know, you gotta get the sunset pictures, the timing, you know, at the right time, 7 o'clock. Sunset go down, take your little pictures. The skin be glowy, gloss, all that, lashes. You know how it be. Females know how it be. When the time, you know, you gotta get the glow at a certain time.
Period.
So I was outside doing that, and I was sitting down. So I was sitting down at like the little table, so I was close to the gate. So she said something, I could hear her pretty much, but I was only like that because I wanted to get a certain angle for my picture. So that's what I was doing. She put her dogs outside. She put her dogs outside, and guess what she said to me? Fucking dogs inside, I don't care, this and this and this and this. I said, no, I've been out here. I'm just trying to take these pictures and I'll be inside soon. But now that you said for me to go inside like you my mama, I'm not going inside. I'm gonna really be stubborn and not go inside. So of course my dog started barking because the lady talking, screaming across the gate. The dog started barking, the dog started barking. So I'm like, oh hell. So they barking. Guess what this lady do? She take a rock and throw it over the gate. It hits the window, the back door window. Oh, when I said she had her she was out of her ooh, so out of it, because what if it hit me? What if it hit my dog? If it hit my dog, I would have hopped over the gate and beat her up. She really had me messed up. Really had me messed up. So then I was back and forth. Then she finally decided to be a grown woman, like she's 40 years old, and go back inside. 40 years old arguing with a 16-year-old. Ignorant, okay? Ignorant. So she went back inside. That was like the second to last thing. Last time, okay? We 23 minutes and I gotta get moving. So this is the last time this happened. Last time this had happened, we was leaving. We was already moving out of the house. She didn't know we was moving out because we didn't even have like a sign up or anything. The house got sold fast, so it's not like any of the neighbors even knew that we're moving unless they seen like us moving into the throwing stuff out and stuff. So none of the neighbors knew we was moving until we had said, hey, we're moving to Europe, we're moving to Portugal, do you want some of this stuff? Like, we was doing garage sales and stuff at the time, and I think this was like the week before we had left to come here to Portugal to see my family over here and stuff. So we was, I think like I think this was like 10 o'clock at night. 10 o'clock at night, we was doing the whole yard sale thing all day. Everybody was tired. I was tired. I was not with it. Either was my mom and she was not with it. So it was just horrible at this point, okay? Like, if anybody was to mess with us at this point, not only am I going off, so it's my mama and so it's the dogs. Everybody's going crazy at this point. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot, okay? She was crazy to do it at this point. So it's 10 o'clock at night. We put the dogs out before we go to sleep, so that they can go to the bathroom, and then I can go to sleep. The heck? So, oh my gosh. So I put the dogs out. I'm saying I'm leaving in 5 days, 7 days. Like, I'm about to leave. Like, and she's still doing this. She don't even think she knew we was leaving, but boy, I bet you she was still happy when we left. But boy, we was happy that we left her too. Put it all outside. Me and my mom was standing by the back door. We were just chilling, talking. Oh yeah, this got sold. Yeah, I sold this. We already had our plane ticket. We was already ready to go and stuff. You know, everything was gone pretty much at this point. We just had dogs left and us in our beds. So let me try to remember it. So yeah, I put the dogs outside. She came back. She came outside again. She came outside tonight drunk. So the other time she wasn't drunk, but this time she was drunk because she was like definitely like slurring her words. Like, everything she was saying, she was slurring it. Like, she was talking like she was slurring her words. Like, you could tell she was drunk. Like, she was falling down and everything. Mind you, like I said in the beginning, you could see through the gate, so you can see this lady that she's drunk. She has a wine glass. She's very much drunk. So she caught my mama on the wrong day, boo. She caught my mama on the wrong day. She came outside cussing and screaming again. I was going back and forth with her again. You would think at this point she wouldn't even, because me and her had already got into it. So my mama was like, you know what, it's time for me to talk to this lady. I'm grown. So I was like, okay. What? So anyway, so my mama went, talked to the lady, not talk to the lady, screamed at the lady to shut up. Shut up, I don't care, shut up, you doing too much. Calling her a drunk, all that. Just because of the lady did. She slammed her back door so loud it broke the glass. Now, it wasn't shattering, but boy, it was broke because it was like cracked. That's how hard she slammed the back door. And me and my mama is just like, this girl is just so ignorant. Like, everything about her is so ignorant. So ignorant. And then my mom had already knew like what she had said to my dad, because I feel like, I don't know, you can't really you can get mean at me, but if you get ignorant at my family and my people, I'm really finna snap and say something. So she did, and they was going back and forth, throwing stuff back and forth until she finally went back to her house and slammed the door and was like, it's a done deal, like she's done. I think that's all. Is that all the situations? I think so. We 30 minutes in. So yeah, y'all, that's the end. I think that's like the majority, like the big, no, there was a couple of other parts where she kind of was crazy in the beginning, but that's a lot more to go. So those were like the 3 main situations that had happened that were like traumatic to the point where you kind of got to get real rowdy with people, which I really don't like. Okay, y'all, so yes, that is the end of my 3 traumatic stories with my neighbors. I have more, a lot more, but those are the 3 basic ones that kind of blow me. Like every single time I think about it, I be wanting to fly back Jackson and beat her up. But those are the 3 stories. That's the end of this video. We're 30 minutes in. I love y'all so much, and make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And if y'all like my story times, which y'all always do, then give me a thumbs up. And yeah, go follow all my socials and stuff. Everything's in the description box and all that. So I love y'all so much, and I'll see y'all in the next video. And remember, y'all, it's too bad to be sad, period. I love y'all.